Alright, well, welcome back everyone to another cast. We have Sruman versus Yamaneko, and I'm gonna let the players play because spectating was down for a little bit. We're gonna go ahead and get people a chance to join up. And I got Luke here commentating and subscribing with Twitch Prime for 3 months in a row.
That's right. Gotta help you eat those burritos.
Gotta pay for my gas money so I can travel to these weapon tournaments.
That's right. Hereby dubbed the triangle between Indianapolis, Cincinnati, and what was it?
Louisville.
Louisville, the LCG triangle. Feel like everything is just a couple hours too far away for me to come down. I'm located in
You're like North Ohio, right?
That's right.
So real quick, just looking through deck lists. So this Sruman's list is the same that he played in the cup, no differences. And then Yamaneko is playing Scorpion Lion actually, with 10 conflict characters, so the full 10. His conflict deck is 3 Legion of 1, 2 Ready for Battle, 2 Ageless Crones of Splash. And then his conflict characters are 2 Adept, 2 Ageless Crone, 1 Cunning Magistrate, 2 Goblin Sneak, 1 Meek Informant, 2 Unassuming Yojimbo. So this should be an interesting match. The Lion Splash, not that great against Crab.
No, Lion Splash really shines when people are trying to bow you, or to just generally be obnoxious. Crab just keep putting on pressure. I think they're fine with a couple tricks here and there.
Crab is kind of just doing the first thing. They're just being obnoxious. So we see Borderlands Defender 3 Fate against a no fated Rumormonger and 1 fated Liar. Looks like Sruman did get the passing fate.
I think you don't often see someone take the passing fate from a Scorpion with that many conflict characters.
One, two, three. Oh, yeah, and Yamaneko was first player too. Wow. So he gave up the passing fate on purpose. So we see a defense here from Sruman. We have the Borderlands Defender, really, really strong in this instance. Gets hit by court games, but, you know, can't really combo for shame with this.
No, it's a questionable use of court games. It's really just trying to get some action out of Crab, but the box is available, so it's not really going to force a card.
Oh god.
No, I was just going to say, if does he mind being called Shane?
Yeah, you can do that. That's fine. I assume it's his name, so I would imagine.
Yeah, they used his name when he was being streamed at the Kote he was playing at. So it's a little easier for me to say than any of the permutations of his handle.
Well, his handle's just his name also. His name is Shane Ruman.
First initial, last name. If we just want to dox him, we can share his social next.
Yeah.
You know, I think that Borderlands Defender without a Shugenja across the table to threaten Cloud the Mind is really the ideal character to have for Crab. Putting 3 Fate on there to guarantee it's going to be around for a long time, especially with that mountain that we see come down. It's going to be a very high impact character.
The mountain got canceled by Edict. I would have liked to see him go for a policy debate first. And he plays the court games instead of boxing. Interesting. A Goblin Sneak would be really good here now that Sruman has gone down to 1 fate. Yeah, you gotta go water here, Mittens, for sure. Hits meditations, that's very fortunate. That's the province he wants to hit more than anything.
Yeah, not only is that the squishiest province as far as poking is concerned.
I wouldn't bow here, Joe. I would stand my Borderlands Defender for another Spyglass activation.
Yeah, bowing the Rumor Monger doesn't really deny anything with the number of conflict characters his opponent is playing.
We see an adept come down here. Does sruman have a military buff here? It would have to be a bonsai. He's not playing any attachments other than Watch Commander. They give military.
I should pull up these lists to look for myself, but is Scorpion running Meek Informant?
1.
Okay, so really not threatening any other conflict characters, making the choice to put the Fate on the Adept of Shadows instead. I wonder if threatening, you know, leaving
well, I mean,
play
the threat is only there if
better.
you can do it, right?
Yeah. Just saying, you'd be floating to Fate if he didn't Fate up the Adept of Shadows. It seems, like, people typically don't fade it up when they have so much honor left, especially since all honor is Scorpion's honor.
That's fair. And we see the bonsai come out here from Yamaneko to break the meditations. Interesting that he went for the meditations instead of trying to find a different province. Yeah, Mad Magician also points out that you could have not fated the adept, bounced her, and then used the box. So maybe fading the adept, not maybe what he should have done, but we'll see. So Yamaneko gets favor. It's mostly just going to be the stat in this matchup. There is no censure in his list.
Yeah, I'm not surprised that he couldn't find slots for censure with so many characters.
It's interesting that he went for fire to dishonor the Borderlands Defender instead of Void to get it to try and start getting it closer to no fate. Like, I think the one stat is pretty medium. I don't know. I'm not sure what the correct line is.
I mean, there's no for shame combo because it's a defender, so I agree.
So we see Shoju, and probably gonna buy the smaller characters here with the. Yeah,
we're
Mittens,
gonna
I
see
think,
another defender in a pass.
Well, we
nope,
see.
We're gonna go for
we see
card
the
value.
I mean, so Unicorn Splash is kind of fate intensive, so you might want to save the fate for Watch Commander and other attachments. Look, Joe, I'm trying to be more diplomatic here.
For the game. I won't be as far behind you.
What's up?
If you send me the pass for the game, I won't be so far behind you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were in here. You sure? I blame you. Actually, I blame Joe. I think that's the correct line is to blame Joe for everything. Mittens, I think honor loss when she dies is more like honor loss if she dies. As we see a reprieve show up here on this Borderlands Defender. Scorpion, I don't think Scorpion has any copies of Calling in Favors, actually. I don't remember seeing any copies of Attachment Control. Nope, no, I'm sorry, 2 copies of Calling in Favors, okay. Not that crazy.
What's the rationale for pre-playing the reprieve? It's just, I guess, if something gets discarded from your hand?
I guess. I mean, she's not gonna lose a policy debate at the moment.
What I immediately was thinking of is, like, I can swim or something with that kind of pre-play,
Oh
but,
yeah, there is one I can swim in Scorpion's list. However, maybe he doesn't know the interaction with Manipulator and the bid. Manipulator doesn't actually change your dial; it just adds one to the bid, so it's still 5 to 5. There's the 1x Meek informant, and we do see Assassination Way of the Crab in Sruman's hand. He has Assassination, Bonsai, Court Games, Fan. He does have a debate, a second Spyglass, 2 Watch Commanders. That is a very good hand from Sruman.
yeah, I really do think this hand keeps pretty much all the options he'd want alive. There's only one courtier across the table to threaten.
I mean, so you can
cancel,
Spyglass and Watch
used
Commander.
one.
Spyglass, Watch Commander, the Borderlands Defender. Send her in on a... No, I guess that's susceptible to First Shame. Yeah,
Yeah, attacking with the defender starts to make the dishonor more relevant.
yeah, maybe you just attack with the Wayfinder, take a fade off of the Void Ring. Wall.
Hitting rally in the row, you don't see that every day. This is, or, yep, that is what that is. It's a much easier row to attack than you typically see.
So we see, real quick, just seeing on Eric's doing a restream also while this is happening, and I'm just taking a quick look at the Dragon Lion game. Lion's on 20 honor, 4 cards in hand, versus 2 honor, 5 cards in hand for Dragon. I don't know what happened in this game,
I guess
but
they've committed to that plan.
I don't know what happened in this game, but the honor totals are really awkward. As Dragon has no...
That wasn't necessarily the rarest thing to see in core, but we haven't seen stuff like that for a long time.
Well, usually when this happens to me when I'm playing the matchup, I'm on their stronghold. In this instance here, we see that Lion here has no broken provinces yet. All right, so back to this game. Sruman looks like he's still figuring out what to attack.
Well, he's attacked the rally to the cause, which is in the row.
Oh wait, I have to restart my game froze. Oops.
Yep.
What did I hit? Google Chrome help, thank you. Let's I was like, man, nothing has happened here. What's going on? Sorry, folks, for the stream.
It's just in. Shane uses Shrewd Yasuki to look at the top 2 cards of their conflict deck, so not making the same mistakes from earlier today.
Yeah. Handsome Dan's back. Yep. Sruman has remembered to use Shrewd Yasuki.
At this point, he's got no way to lose, right? He's got that extra card. It's only down 1 card in hand. So we are waiting on Scorpion's player opportunity to act. They choose to attach an Ornate Fan. see Shane looking for answers, popping the Imperial Storehouse. He's down 2 skill. Scorpion passes, which you usually see with the winning on defense.
All right,
Scorpion
I've returned after a brief reprieve.
Ha! So punny.
Yeah.
Using reprieve in the crab game. 3 internet points for you.
Thank you. I mean, you are currently beating Phoenix Fox by 3 bits, so there's my internet points right there. Alright, so sruman used the Yusuke, then he sacked. We see the assassination that we knew he had.
Let's see if he can force a conflict character to the favorable ground.
Well, see, it's awkward now that since he's attacking the Void Ring, so you just can let the Void Ring resolve.
Yeah, I just, I guess we know most of, or some of Shane's hand at least.
Like, there's just no reason to go for, Yamaneko knows there's no bonsai, so that he knows there's no break.
Yeah.
And the Goblin Sneak comes in. Sneaks away one of the 5 fate, doesn't really matter. I'd probably play a Spyglass now on my Borderlands Defender.
He's just goofing now, playing that guy after the Void Ring. So with the favor, he can force more card commitment out of Shane, depending on what province gets flipped up. Shameful display. So that's pretty useful for Shane.
The Goblin Sneak having 0 glory is whatever. The Dishunter status might matter later. I'm surprised Shane didn't play the Spyglass pre-conflict.
Yeah, he's being very conservative with his 11 cards. I think he should have played the Spyglass and maybe used his Stronghold first. In case something like this happened, he could have shameful Shoju instead.
Yeah, agreed. Contesting the airing, actually, so Yamaneko might drop the bids.
So now we see the Watch Commander come down. I also think that would have made a better play than
yeah,
the,
first action Watch Commander.
Activation.
First action Watch Commander after you play the Spyglass. You know, the character already has the reprieve. And then, you know, then you don't care if the bids get dropped, right? You have double Spyglass. This just in breaking news. Spyglass decks are good when they draw Spyglass.
Pulling Shoju out, it's a pretty obvious play with the political conflict remaining.
Yeah, if Shoju can just go break that shameful display, there's no character that that sruman can stand up to Shoju. And then you have the adept to block the Wayfinder. That's true. Mad Magician. Actually, Unicorn can still win if they draw their Spyglasses. I've definitely seen Unicorn snowball with Spyglass. It's just that Unicorn has other bad cards that aren't Spyglass. So when they don't draw Spyglass, they can multiple. You need to draw like multiple Spyglasses, like 2 Spyglasses. Like I've seen Motojuro with 4 Fate and 2 Spyglasses, and it's terrifying. So we see the water ring attack here, military. You just block with adapt. How do I define terrifying? I would start by showing people a picture of your face. But
Yeah, I'm gonna have to ask for those internet points back.
What?
After that one.
There's no takesies backsies. You know, Luke, what you should do is you should come down to my house on Friday, and then we can drive down to Louisville together, and then you can go back on Sunday. Just saying, if you would like a chance to win a real-life Naginata. Also, to play with the new cards. That's the other big reason I want to play in the tournament.
Yeah, that is the real draw there. But that's a bit steep on the burned hours of driving for me.
It's only like, what, 3? It's 6 hours of burned driving, because I'll drive to Louisville.
I think it's actually not any faster for me to go to Indy first. I think it's sort of the same distance.
I find that hard to believe.
Indy might be like half an hour closer.
Well, it takes me like an hour and a half to get to Louisville, so that's why I'm like, I find that hard to believe.
Ooh, Legion of One, spicy.
Yeah, he actually has he has 3 of those, so.
And that's a good application of it, I think. Okay, that makes sense. Holding back the Borderlands Defender if you have the charge. We see that his choice to sort of jump the gun on the Shameful Display makes a huge difference later in the turn now. Because he could have dishonored that Shoju.
That's true. And that was the only courtier.
Yeah, this is just a much more inefficient play.
Wow, we see another Wayfinder come down. He really trying to stand this Borderlands Defender. Imagine if the Borderlands Defender had 2 spyglasses, right? Then he would have gotten 4 cards. So these, you know, people always say that these plays aren't bad, like, and you know, they're just minor inefficiencies, but like these minor inefficiencies add up.
Quite frankly, I think the premature Shameful activation's a little more than a minor misplay, unfortunately.
Look, Luke. I've been told that I'm too harsh. I'm trying to be nicer.
Yeah, but I don't want to make. There are some things that look small that aren't that small, and dishonoring the only courtier on the board versus Scorpion is one of those times, I think. Oh, interesting. Spending down all your fate for another Adept of Shadows. Although, from the Scorpion's perspective, you are sort of playing for the break on Shameful. So it is a good time to commit.
Does Sruman have anything else? He just needs one. Now he needs 2 more points, which I don't think he can get, actually.
No, I'd be surprised. I mean, you don't make a play like what he did with the Wayfinder if you're not scraping the barrel.
Well, he would need another charge, basically. Yeah, and he passes here. And so we're gonna see Shoju go and break that Shameful Display. I would assume maybe the Earth Ring. Even out the hands.
I'm trying to think if there's any kind of janky way that doing the Earth Ring could backfire. I'm not really seeing anything. Because the Crab is Keeper of Earth, obviously.
Sure.
But I don't think there's any cards in Shane's deck that would
Yeah, like
reverse
a
the
captive
conflict.
audience and do like a conflict character or some nonsense like that would be the only way. He's not going for Shameful. Wow,
Why? Why? I don't understand this.
Shameful's like the only good province in Crab's Row right now. He breaks Defend the Wall. Like that's actually good for a sruman. Like he doesn't. I don't think he cares. Oh, he. Wow, he goes for fire again. He really doesn't want this Borderlands Defender honored. Or, I guess, neutral.
Yeah, he's just representing that. So now that I Can Swim is sort of more relevant with Shane on 3 honor, because he's not going to be able to keep up with the bid. I would have liked Yamaneko to go try to tank his own honor total a little bit more.
Well, I think he might have tried to just dishonor Sruman, right? Like, so he dishonors a character there, goes to 2, and then the Yusuke is dishonored, goes to 1. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, but if he had like what am I trying to say? If he had not faded up that Adapter Shadows and just brought it back, he'd be at +1 fate, -1 honor. Bringing those honor totals closer together gives him more of a chance to cheat some cards out with his box. Yeah, Rumor Monger is going to be pretty big here, with Shane's honor so low, just preventing him from honoring what he wants.
that's true. Witch Hunter here is ideal.
Yes, and Yamaneko going to that 2 bid does give 1 honor back to Shane. I think that's the right call.
So now
representing that I Can Swim.
A calling in favors on the Reprieve plus I Can Swim would be very dangerous. If he, I would put the spyglass on the Witch Hunter, I think, just in case. Or maybe if I had a Talisman or a second Reprieve, I might just slap it onto the Defender. Then I can direct over to Shameful to re-honor. Oh wait, never mind. The Rumor Monger's there, so that line doesn't work.
That's what I was saying. Rumor Monger really just sort of messes with your ability to honor. And the fact that Witch Hunter has 0 glory, Scorpion player can sort of exploit that. Sort of going through the ways that Yamaneko could get down to 3 honor to sort of use the stronghold to get that extra trigger. I think it'd be pretty hard. Easiest way would be assassination. Everything else is just sort of messy, and when you're staring down watch commanders, it doesn't feel very safe.
Alright, so we've seen an attack here in Manicure Garden. We didn't see any pre-playing of attachments, so I am still confused on why he doesn't want to play this other Spyglass. I think the power of Spyglass is getting it down, getting it down early and getting as many uses out of it as possible.
Yeah, the first trigger is underwhelming, second trigger starts to be good, and you start looking at that 3rd, 4th, 5th trigger that you're really just happy.
Well, the first trigger just brings you back to neutral, right, because you invested a card in a Fate, and then the second one gives you slightly ahead.
Yep. Going for the Void Ring here. Sort of interesting, don't you think?
Yeah, I thought he might have tried to pressure air. So you can't really go for Earth because then the crab's just gonna get 2 keepers. If he has Fate Worse Than Death for this this Witch Hunter, it'd be really, really strong. Maybe that's what's happening here, right? You Fate Worse Than Death the Witch Hunter, and then you Void her.
That would get it done, but Joe just trolling me in chat again.
I mean, isn't that all Joe does?
I wonder if a Fate Worse Than Death is part of the reason why maybe he isn't pre-playing the Spyglass. But why not defend with the Defender here?
I'm not quite sure why you wouldn't defend with the Defender here. Maybe you're just supposed to defend with the Defender first, and then box. You then have the Watch Commander active, you get a Spyglass draw. You can then use the sack the Yusuki. You can sack the Yusuki to stand her later. I mean, Joe is a troll, so you are a troll.
Yeah, sacking the Yusuki is just so tough when you're on 4 honor. Getting attacked with Void when you're Crab, though, makes it hurt a little less. So, Yamaneko taking that customary Scorpion Think Tank.
He's already played one, Emran Omar, so he could... he's only playing 2, so it's reasonable for him not to have seen the second one. So Yamaneko just passes. We do see Sruman remember his Manicure Garden. Maybe he's going to send in his Defender on an attack here. That's just so dubious against Fate Worse Than Death and for shame.
Don't attack this turn. Who cares? Your board's good. Stealing the Watch Commander. Interesting. So we see Yamaneko engineering that situation where he ends up under Shane in honor. I do think that will be part of how he increases his pressure in the next turn, because Shane's board is starting to build up.
I'm gonna listen. Have you keep talking about the match. I have to do an admin thing real quick.
Yeah, sounds good. It looks like some people might be having issues with the stream, with their audio.
It's just Mittens, I think, right?
Yeah, I don't know if it's anyone else or just Mittens, but something to look into.
Yeah, I have to do an admin thing because I just have to go make a ruling. That's one thing. I'm going to go check something. Alright, so
we're still just pre-conflict here with Skirmisher coming down for Shane.
Alright. The stream gets to listen to Luke and look at my Doctor Doom.
Yeah, I mean we're still sitting on pre-conflict. Shane's considering sending his Defender in on attack along with the Skirmisher at the Rally to the Cause. He does send in the defender on attack, drawing the card off of Spyglass. He's coverted the Adeptive Shadows, so the Rumor Monger is available for defense. Because of the Dishonor on the defender, this attack has 3 skill. If the Rumor Monger defends, the defender will have 3 skill as well with the favor. And we're still waiting for the Scorpion to make his decision.
Alright, I'm back. I'm going back to...
Well, now I have to... I can't do my radio show anymore?
We had an instance basically where one player was using a card that was not in his submitted list, and so you know, for anyone listening, the penalty for that is a game loss.
Yeah, it's really sort of unfortunate. It's kind of easy for that to happen in these online platforms. You really just want to be extra careful to make sure it doesn't.
Yeah, I think against jokingly, like I didn't even remember which list that I pulled, and before the match even started, I just remade the lobby. I'm like, I'm just gonna 100% make sure this is the right list. And we do see sruman.
Oh my gosh, that is pretty significant, I think.
Yeah.
Getting the Earth Ring off, discarding a Crone.
Double keeper, and we saw the Watch Commander get stolen. I don't like. I think that's a really low impact calling in favors. I don't know if you talked about that.
Yeah, I think I called it interesting.
Oh, okay.
But I didn't really see the point necessarily.
Emran Omar, I have 2 lists. One of them is called Discord League. I don't change it, but like when I'm playing my games, I just have my test deck that I always load up, and so sometimes I'll just out of habit click the test deck to load in. That's the only thing that I can see happening is you just have 2 decks, and the cup decks are weeks old at this point.
Mine's Desire, did you look at my deck list for the Season 5 Cup yet? The title.
Oh, nice. I'm going right now. I'm on it. Oh yeah, you're in my half of the bracket.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh.
I have my round... My round of 64 is against Toreadori, which is your opponent in the finals for Season 4.
Yep.
And assuming I do well, I'll meet up with you in the round of 16.
I actually
and I think I have to get through Kingsley to get there.
I might be dropping. I might be dropping out of the cup because I don't have a reason to play.
What does that say about me? I mean, I potentially could be impacting people's chances as well.
Yeah, I guess you're playing for fun. That's fair. See, I just don't really feel like playing this lame duck meta. I'd rather just cast it.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, you're playing like the new clan and stuff, right? Like that's cool. Like I would definitely do it if I was playing a different clan or just having fun. I also, I would prefer to I want to let Davis win a match. You know what I mean? XD.
Well, Joe, it would have been a copy of Test if I hadn't actually changed one card because I'm too much of a hipster.
Oh, did you change a card?
Yeah.
All right, I need to go see what it is now. Yeah, Phoenix Fox is playing my list also. Oh, I see what it is. Yeah, that's a fine change. Like, I have absolutely no problem with that change. I have flip-flopped between those 2 cards plenty of times.
Alright, so we do see him drop down to 3 honor by returning that dishonored adept to hand. I do think I mentioned it before that actually doing the calling in favors allows him to drop under Shane in honor by doing this play, so he can make use of his stronghold.
Oh, I think Yamaneko didn't mean to pass. I think he wanted... Maybe he didn't want to bring the...
Yeah, it looks like he didn't want to do it. So, yeah, I'll just stop trying to his mind. But I do think it's actually, it's a fine play, just maybe not before the end of the phase.
Alright, I want to make sure that these players aren't doing anything. Oh, he's just going to move the adept back into play, I'm assuming?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. We see like a weird rebuild play as well.
He should be +2, and the adept should be in play bowed with Dishonored, right? Or was it bowed?
No, it's standing with the watch commander
And
Dishonored.
Alright. Adept is one of those cards that online it's really susceptible to just a random click, like Satoshi. Like if you think you're about to declare a conflict, you just randomly click it and it goes back to your hand.
Yeah, it's one of those moments where Jigoku shows that it's a free platform. They've done such a great job making a playable version of a complicated game online, but it does have some of those rough edges.
I mean, Magic Online does the same.
Wouldn't expect in a
Magic Online does the same thing. Like on Magic Online, if you sacrifice something to its own ability, there's no walking it back. You just lose.
Yeah, but MTGO is a dumpster fire.
Look, I'm just saying. But realistically, I think for these types of effects, you might need to just have a prompt. You know, after you click them, just use ability or something, just to prevent that. That might be a little bit safer. Not sure.
Yeah, this Watch Commander thing might be a little bit trickier to actually get it to happen.
So you can do it. I just don't know.
Is there like a prompt? Okay, move it to hand and then play, which Shane can't do for him because
no. So Shane can move it. Shane can move it into play onto his own character, and then he clicks it and gives control. No, he needs to move it to his hand first, and then he gives control to it to Yamaneko, and then Yamaneko can move it to his own guy.
Okay.
This is where I need referee mode.
Type this out for them.
Okay. Oh yeah, he has to. Watch Commander is a tricky one because it's attached to a character you control.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's why Shane can't do it for Yamaneko.
Just have him take back the CIF. Yeah, yeah. we found the line.
So should we just replay the game from scratch to this exact game state? Shouldn't take too long. Yeah. Find a way to stack your decks. Although no, it's the Jigoku Shuffler, so there's like a 50% chance that your deck's gonna start in the same configuration anyway. And we're back, I think. Yeah, honor totals look right. I wasn't paying close attention to Yamaneko, but 4 seems plausible. Or, yeah. We now return to our regularly scheduled programming, I suppose.
Hypothetically, Emran Omar, I would not, as ruling on this game, I would still allow my opponent, I would allow Yamaneko to bring his guy back. It's very clearly a misclick. There's just no reason to do it with a standing character with an attachment that you stole. Like, it just doesn't make any sense, right? So very logically a misclick. Like, if it was bowed or something, then and he says he didn't want to do it, then we get into a territory where it's not obvious that it's a misclick.
I think Mind's Desire is just saying what he would do in this situation. I think that's more of a opinion of a player and not an admin ruling in this particular situation.
No, Rega has said that we like if you're streaming the game, you can be the judge also. That's how I would roll.
Okay. So because he is a streamer and an admin, I suppose he can make admin rulings, but normal streamer who's not an admin...
Yeah, they need to contact us
authority. First. I'm just trying to make it clear for our viewers who maybe are not...
Oh, sure, yeah. I am one of the admins of the league, and, you know, with... you know, I've gotten the blessings from the other admins. We've decided, you know, I've asked Rega, because in the past I've you know, strayed away from making rulings while streaming, and Rega has said that is fine. You know, you're there as an admin also. So we saw Spyglass come out to draw the card. Sruman wins the conflict, and then we see a pre-conflict fan on this keeper to get through this Adept of Shadows. We saw the rebuild on the storehouse so he could use his Yasuki. Probably going to attack Rally here. So we see a court games coming out here to dishonor the keeper initiate. Yasuki looks at the top two, so Yasuki does get used. So Sruman is getting dangerously low on honor here. He does have such a good board though right now.
I mean, as long as nothing dies, he'll
be
okay.
The Yasuki's gonna die. Yasuki's gonna die, and then when all the characters fade for Yamaneko, he'll be able to steal with the box.
Yeah, it's a dangerous situation. But they'll both be very low, and Shane has the first conflict next round. Oh my goodness. That's pretty significant, honor loss there.
Yeah, because the Rumormonger can just move the honor status onto something else. Yeah, he moves it onto the board on his defender. Is it possible for Yamaneko to get under Shane in honor? So he returns Adept, goes to 3. He'll lose his character first, but then he doesn't have priority. So yeah, this is actually kind of fine. It prevents the box use.
Can't Fate Phase box use? No, because of the Yasuki, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, so Yasuki will bring him down to 2.
What about beginning of, no, they'll just be tied, yeah. You're right.
Oh, yeah, Gyro saying, yeah, Mono no Aura would be insane on this board here.
My god, yeah, that would be devastating.
Wait, interesting. Maybe sruman doesn't see that he's gonna get. Oh yeah. He says getting boxed down to 2 anyways. Okay, yeah. So then he sees the line 2 for the court games. Oh, we see another fan come out. Wait, no, he wasn't gonna get boxed down to 2. He's gonna go down to 1 now.
Yeah, we had already talked about that. That's probably a mistake.
No, this is fine, right? He's contesting the firing so he can honor his Yusugi. Now that the Rumonger has fired.
Yeah, but it's like you're using the card, right? To... Oh my god. Yep, see now it just doesn't work. You're using the card to regain the honor.
Wait, he's dead
that
now.
You wouldn't have lost if you didn't play the card, and I think after this,
No, he's just
worse than death.
He's dead on board
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But you see what I'm saying? Like, if you're paying an honor to win a conflict where all you're gonna get is re-honoring a dishonored character,
you might as well not have done it in the first place. Yeah.
Yeah, and you have the fan for later.
He also probably should have just played both fans pre-conflict if that's what his plan was.
Maybe for some reason he was expecting his opponent to have no play.
Scorpion player with cards in hand and fate. I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, he should have pre-played if he was going to go so hard at it. This should really be GG though. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's it right here, right? He just dies in fate phase. There's no iron. He got a reprieve. Oh, but he says, and not a reprieve in sight. I was gonna say if he had reprieve, he could reprieve a character and go to 1.
Sure. Then potentially go to 3 after first conflict next round.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been fine, but really he turned not dying
into dying
as into not dying if I win. And adding that extra clause is pretty bad.
He snatched defeat. He's like, come back here. Watch Commander is a powerful card. Unlimited.
Yeah, not seeing the Karada to steal it back, or just not playing around it a little bit more. Really just made it his game to lose, and unfortunately he couldn't leverage his stronger board to stay in the game.
And that's gonna be it. So yep. So unfortunately, sruman does fall in this game also. So out of the LCQ now. So Yamaneko moves on. He will be playing against the winner. He'll be playing against potentially Eric or one of the play-in players.
Right, just taking a look at the bracket now. So Shane has had success in the Discord League before, and also success in paper tournaments. So it's a little sad to see him out in the round of 64. But all credit due to Yamaneko, strong play,
With a cool deck.
advancing to cool deck, advancing round of 32.
So everyone, if you want to catch more L5R action, I think Eric is still streaming the Phoenix Fox game. So hopefully we'll just kind of pop on over there and troll that chat. Until then, thanks again for joining us on this cast, and we'll see you around for more. This week has just tons of games upcoming.